Let's go.
H-Town.
Ralph.
We have just recorded, not put out, but we just finished recording our eighth. That was our eighth episode. How you feeling? What's it feel like?
It's getting easier each time.
It does feel a little bit easier.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting the first couple. I was really starting to need to figure out a flow, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also a flow between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hog the conversation. I want you to feel like you can talk, and I think that's starting to feel a little bit more casual now too. But 8 episodes, man.
8 episodes.
What's been your favorite moment so far?
Really, Julia.
Julia was fun. And that one I was a little nervous about because there was a lot of content, but then also a lot of just behind the scenes stuff. And I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with all this? But so far it's been kind of fun, actually.
Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of fun. And then, I mean, I love listening to people talk about the things that they're really passionate about or crazy stories. So it's nice. And like, who was it? Ingrid said that Nate said I didn't talk enough in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
But it's like sometimes you don't want to talk. You want them to keep talking.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
For sure. There was one actually that we recorded that it's very good when they can kind of carry on the flow of the conversation. But I was thinking, I wanted to say this, but then it just kept going. It's like, all right, let's just keep moving.
Yes. Well, that's the hard part is like when you want to interject, you're like,
Yeah.
But that's like every time I talk to anybody where I'm like I always think of that movie Leo.
Oh yeah.
The Adam Sandler one.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, don't be the kid who talks and doesn't listen. Don't be the kid who talks and doesn't listen.
Words to live by. Mm-hmm. The first recording we did was with you and I, and then Cece and Simon, and we were sitting at the table. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if everyone's noticed that in the past episodes we are setting it up with our stations out, and in this video right now you can kind of see a little bit on that. If you want to see a little bit more, you can check out all our YouTube videos. You'll see our stations on there. But one of the fun things that we do here at the shop is everyone has their own cart. And you can put stickers on it. And Heather's pretty much by a bit has the most coverage of stickers.
And you get it on the back.
And they're all over the place. What does the one on the back say?
I pooped today. And then it's, what's your favorite scary movie? With Drew Barrymore crying into the phone.
Oh.
And then on the side it says, hold my poodle, from everyone's favorite movie, White Chicks.
But we also have this is a little behind the scenes. We also have one of our wonderful, I was going to say favorites, but we don't have favorites here at Little Lion Cuts. We got one of our kiddos that has been framed on your station.
Yeah. So I got a picture of my buddy, and his dad told me he picked his outfit and he wanted to bring me a picture. And of course I had to frame it.
Yeah.
I won't say his name.
Yeah, no.
Because I don't have permission.
That's okay.
But I love it. He looks like a little realtor.
Or
my kids
a Baptist preacher.
Kids are always like, is that your son?
Yes, it is.
In spirit.
But it's funny because I was thinking, I hope people don't just think that's there for when we do the podcast. No, that's always on your station.
Yeah.
We've actually cleaned off our stations just to make room so that the microphones fit well and stuff. But for the most part, if you've ever been to the Little Lion Cuts, you'll notice that they're just full of everything. You got me the parakeet from Dumb and Dumber sticker. And that's one, I like that one because it's got a parakeet with duct tape around its neck. The other one that I like is the one with Bobby Hill, and his shirt says "Satan sucks." I like that.
A lot of kids like that one too.
Yeah. They're reading.
When they were talking, the last interview we did, they do self-defense training, and I wanted to be like, "I don't know you." That's my purse.
Just vocally stim the entire time. Oh man, favorite. My favorite so far in the last ones, I think it was cool talking with Jackie. about all things autism and ADHD, just kind of getting a destigmatizing things. By the time this episode comes out, it'll be the next episode. So kind of stick around for next month. So yeah, just kind of destigmatizing what that all looks like. We got some cool episodes coming up. Do you want to give people a little recap of what we've done so far? So for July, we have Jackie
with ADHD, and then the Binders, who are chiropractors in the area. They're my chiropractors.
Yeah.
And then we just had Zelani.
Oh, Zelani.
And she talked about her IVF journey.
Yeah, and infertility.
And then watermelons.
Watermelons. That's
and then
cute.
we just had On Point training with us to talk about
Dennis and Dawn. Dawn and Dennis.
Talk about gun safety and preparedness.
Yeah. And way more than just gun safety. We get into some pretty interesting topics there, but I was afraid that some people might see that topic and be like, oh, I don't really want to get into that. But there's a lot in there that, unfortunately, if you don't, what's the old adage? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail, or something like that. It's just it kind of comes to life in that, because if you're not prepared for unfortunate events in life, then it's
not to scare everybody.
No.
But like, I think of it more like the more educated you are on any subject, the better understanding you have of it in general. And like, I am someone who's had some reservations about guns and stuff like that, and talking to Dawn just during her haircuts or with the kids, and really getting to know her and see her point of view. And like we discussed in the podcast, like most of us are moderates in general. We're kind of like in the middle. Yeah. We're not one way or the other. Yeah. And having them discuss what they do and how they do things, I'm like, okay, maybe I should take one of those classes.
Sure.
Just like you should go to the chiropractor.
Exactly. Like, I liked what the Binders talked about in their episode, where many people think, it's just a bone doctor, or just like people would say that, but sitting down with them and really hearing their understanding and their knowledge and what they've studied to become doctors. He said they're not bone doctors, they're nervous system doctors. And that's huge, right? Like, you have this highway of nerves that run within us, that if those are not in line, or those are out of whack in some way, shape, or being cut off, which is a real thing, especially when you get to the ripe old age of 37 or 38. That's the hope for the podcast, is that we are learning together, we're growing together, but at the same time, we're showcasing some of our neighbors in the area. And for those of you who don't live in the area, this hopefully gives you an added little incentive or push to find local businesses in your area, support those local businesses. And if they're chiropractors, or they're safety course people, if they're doctors who specialize in something, we hope that this is opening that conversation.
Or for the people that are like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want. That's exactly what I want, or what I want to do. Because I feel like, there's things that you always think of. You think of things all the time that turn out to be, someone else is doing it. And just because someone else is doing it, they're not you. You can still do it. Yeah. Especially if it's not available in your area.
Yeah, of course. I mean, look at the podcast. Yeah. We're not the first podcast.
No. But I'm also hoping like people from other countries will listen, and then they can also get an idea of what it's really like in America. Because not everybody is like, it's always the loudest people that get the most attention.
Yeah, the squeaky wheel.
Yeah. So I want them to see, like, we're not all crazy.
Sure.
And some people really like, some people are obsessed with Japan. Some people are obsessed with, different cultures. Yeah. And we have our own culture. And I'm really interested to see if we meet up to those expectations.
There is, yeah. And I like that you bring that up, because we've talked about it, but maybe not on the podcast, about all the different places that are checking us out. We had someone from Dubai listen. We had a lot of people from France listen because of Cece and Simon, and they continue to listen. And that's what you were mentioning earlier. Shout out to the podcast, listen to us and we listen to them as well. But they talked about our podcast in a way of hearing dialogue in English. I didn't even think of that, right? This is an American conversation, American accents that helps quite a bit. We had people from Germany, France, and there was another one that was pretty interesting, but kind of all over. Definitely a lot of United States all over. I don't even know who's listening from where. I have ties to Texas and Wisconsin, but that's about it. But there's people from Jersey to San Diego, California, all over. So it's been super cool, and thank our listeners for listening. Yeah. Anything else that we need to maybe do some housekeeping on?
Oh, if you bring your kids in for haircuts, book your back to school appointment now.
That's true. If you are one of our clients here at the shop, we're filling out. I mean, I know you and I have our books full for at least
next 3 weeks.
The next 2 or 3 weeks for sure. And unfortunately, we're talking about back to school already, and that's going to happen super quickly. And like we do every year, we want you guys to get in on time and early. If you listen to the Julia episode where we talked a little bit behind the scenes of the business and the actual hair cutting area and industry, unfortunately, we can't fabricate time. We want to get you guys in. We want to see you guys, but we have to draw a line when it comes to fitting people in because we can't fit everyone in.
And we're doing our best.
We are doing our best.
So if you don't book it now, put yourself on the wait list, because that's another thing is that we've been talking about with everybody at the shop too. Our days are so fluid.
Yeah.
People book appointments, people cancel appointments, things happen. I had a family Friday, they called for Saturday, and they had just happened to call right after someone had canceled their appointment.
Yeah, that happens more often than not. Yep.
So put yourself on the wait list, call us, we can put it on the wait list.
I guess we could talk and tell people about walk-ins, right? Like we do primarily book appointments. There is a very difficult chance that you would walk in and we would be able to see you right then and there because we are so busy. That does not mean please don't stop in. It just means know that we might not be able to get you at that time when you walk in.
Yeah. Or maybe we can get you in that day.
Yeah.
But you might have to wait.
You might have to wait a little bit.
And I wouldn't bring your whole family in with you when you're trying to see if you can do a walk-in.
Sure.
That way it's less stress for you.
Yeah.
But also we take walk-ins upon availability is how we say it. It's kind of like a same day appointment. So you're going to be put into an appointment slot, but we're not going to, like, we've had an incident recently where someone said, we're just going to wait and you won't turn us away.
Oh yeah. I remember that.
And
which is not nice, right? Like if you're dealing with the service industry, be kind. Be
kind.
Yeah, this person, they walked in and they were like, well, you're not going to turn us away then if we're here.
Called.
Oh, they called.
They
called.
And they said to the receptionist, well, you're not going to turn us away. You're not going to close with us here. And it's like, that's not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah, that's not going to get you anywhere. But also they don't know us all that well. We are pretty irreverent when it comes to that kind of thing around here. And we like to blur our boundaries, but at the same time, we are pretty strict on our boundaries of what we can and cannot do. Like I said, hear my heart on this. It's not to say we don't absolutely enjoy what we do. It's just we want to make sure everybody has their time and the time that we can devote to them.
Especially with the hot weather, everyone's swimming. Make sure you're using your swimmer shampoo.
Swimmer shampoo goes a long way.
Yeah. Your kid's getting really tangly and really naughty and it's looking a little puffy. You've got a lot of chlorine in your hair and you should get some swimmer shampoo and a really nice conditioner. And if you're going to be late for your appointment, please call us.
Yeah, let us know. We appreciate that.
Yeah, it's easier for us to do something to get you in still if you call us and let us know. If we can do something, we will, But
other than that, thank you for listening. Thanks for keeping the podcast in your head, in your mind. We said this on the very first podcast, but we'll reiterate it. We're doing this for the one download, for the one listener. We see you guys watching, we see you guys listening, and we're so thankful. We really
Well,
are.
I'm doing it for the fun. I don't know what you're doing it for.
Well, we could probably talk a little bit about that, about future plans for LLC and what that looks like over the next year or so. We do want to expand. If you've been to our business, if you've been here in any way, shape, or form, we're outgrowing our space here very quickly. Good problem to have, but a problem nonetheless. And so that's where the different things that we branch out to do come into play, because we are hoping that one day the podcast allows us to put money into the shop. It does allow us to grow within the new business that we are dreaming of, or the new brick and mortar that we're dreaming of.
The expansion.
The expansion
that we want to do.
We're hoping for.
We want a sensory room.
We want sensory rooms. Yeah.
And we're trying to not separate the space, but give space for, this is a small space. And if you're getting your hair cut and, you want other services done, we're trying to see if we can get other services in here.
Yep.
Make a space for more community, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Just make it a lot easier to be here, I guess.
Yeah, we're excited about what the future holds for LLC, and there will definitely be some more updates to come on that as they get concreted. But just know that when it comes to anything that we do, be it with Little Lion Cuts or the podcast or anything associated with us, it really is community in mind. It really is family in mind. It is offering the best of ourselves for you guys, for the community. So thank you. Thanks, guys. I think that's it.
I think so.
All right. Keep listening. We got some fun episodes coming up. We're already planning the ones a whole month from now. We got some cool topics coming in. And
and if you guys have any topics you want us to cover that you're interested in,
send us a note.
Send us a note. Leave a comment.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Send us a note. You can always reach us at any of our socials, the Little Lion Cut social, haircuts accounts, but you can also email the podcast at yallbegoodpod@gmail.com. That's for the podcast, but you can reach us any way, shape, or form. Yeah. Let us know what you want to hear about. Let us know if there's topics that you guys are thinking are important, and we will definitely make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great summer.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's go.
Well, that's a wrap for today's episode of Yall Be Good. And as always, a reminder that we are a project of Little Lion Cuts. We hope you've enjoyed these stories just as much as we have enjoyed sharing them. Every family has a story, and we're just grateful that we get to hear yours too. If you've enjoyed today's episode and you think someone else might need to hear it, don't forget to share this podcast with them. And hey, while you're at it, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. That really does go a long way. You definitely don't want to miss out on any of the real, raw, and inspiring conversations we've got lined up. And we'd love to hear your stories too. So go ahead and find us on Instagram at Yall Be Good Pod, or drop us a message with your thoughts. And until next time, y'all be good.